Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching 13 Reasons Why. This episode 4 of season 2. Hope the guys have been enjoying the series so far. So far this season we've had Tyler, Courtney and Jessica take to the stand, and now today it is going to be Marcus's episode, it looks like, and it's going to be interesting to see what he reveals. Now everybody's kind of getting death threats or some sort of threats by an anonymous person, and we don't know who it is. So we've had Clay receive something, Tyler received something, Alex received something, Jessica received something, and now it has been extended kind of to Marcus. He looked outside and somebody was burning a sign that was in his garden. So again, who it is, I have no idea, and I'm really intrigued to find out who is actually doing this. Now, Jessica's term was in court, wasn't it, last episode, and we was hoping and praying that she would reveal Bryce attacked her. So was Hannah's mum as well. You know, she knows that she's a girl on tape 9, but nobody can force her to actually reveal that information. She has to do it herself. It looked like she was trying to. She was trying to get there, and then she couldn't. She just said no more information. And obviously Hannah's mum confronted her in the bathroom. She didn't do it like badly and like shouting at her, so to speak. She was just saying, "I know you're the girl on the tape. I'm here for you." And she started crying and she ran off, which again I think is understandable. But again, I think that so far the Bakers have won the cases. So out of the first 3 episodes, I think that if I was part of the jury, I would take the Bakers side. I feel like the school's lawyer has tried to manipulate and twist each situation, trying to force Hannah to be the bad person and tried to say that she enjoys being in these situations and saying that she's the instigator, when I actually think in many of the situations it's clear that she's not. And even the students have backed it up and said, no, that's not true as well. But she's still pushing and going for it. So I don't know. I think maybe because we've seen season 1 that obviously we might be a bit biased, but I do think that so far, if I was on the jury, I'd be taking Hannah's side. Now, obviously, like I said, I can't wait for everybody else's information to be revealed because Bryce has been subpoenaed, so he's going to have to come and sit in court, and I can't wait to see the questions that are put to him. You know, another interesting thing is that Justin is now back in the show, Clay, and obviously Tony went looking for him. They found him. They was trying to say, look, if you can come back, you can help Jessica. You know, she's going through a tough time right now. We've got an interesting storyline going on with Alex. He doesn't understand why he shot himself. He wants to listen to the tapes. Clay won't give him the tapes. He says that it's not really good for him right now. You know, Alex is trying to figure out why the note was written. Tyler's getting, you know, new friends and love interests, and everybody's getting threats, and people are being brought into court, and then rumours again are going round. It's really interesting. You know, a lot of stuff's going on. And that's why I'm really excited to see, obviously, what we're doing with the rest of this season. So thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 4 of season 2 of 30 Reasons Why.
My whole life, my father told me people will judge me. People will assume they know who I am.
He stinks.
No, the clothes stink. He's been living on the street for 5 months. You're up early.
Hi, laundry, yeah.
It's easy to hide, to give in to the pain, like Hannah did. She started to believe that she was less than.
Tony, it was heroin. I did like an image search and it came up black tar heroin.
To believe that a life of privilege and position was only for other people.
That girl's mother made a statement in the press, apparently. You haven't been following it?
Dad and Warren told me to keep my head down, so, you know.
Let me know if you need someone to talk to. Dr. Pierce would be glad to see you, or your counselor at school. Have a great day.
When is Tony getting here?
He's not coming, Clay. He's still on probation. He can't risk getting involved now that he knows about Justin.
I was washing your clothes and I found your shit and I flushed it down the toilet.
Fuck this! I'm out of here.
Well, A, all of your fucking clothes are in the wash, and B, where are you gonna go? Do you think Jessica will want to see you like this?
Spent the last 5 months trying to make up for what I did. And now that I'm out, I realize it's actually just gonna take the rest of my life, so maybe this is where I start.
You know what, right? It'd be solid to get off, off heroin, definitely. But I mean, like, you know, at least if he's willing, it's a step forward. Now, it's interesting with her. Do you know what I mean? She was saying that she spent 5 months trying to, you know, make up for the thing that she'd done. But like, she spent longer, hadn't she, really? She went and helped the old couple as well for, I don't know how long, a year or something. She seems to be the only one that's actually done something to try and make up for the mistakes that she's made in the past. And all of it for a hypothetical situation as well. I know I might be in the minority, but like, because she hit that stop sign, I am not 100% certain that that's the reason why the crash happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have played a factor. It couldn't have played a factor. I didn't see the full-on crash and what actually caused it. We just seen the crash, you know, outcome. We didn't see that somebody drove and didn't see the sign and it happened, and she didn't, and she doesn't know that, but she's taking it full on to heart that it was her fault and she's trying to make amends for it. She even rang the police herself. You know, these tapes are not even out. She put herself in a situation where she had to go and like recover or help out or something, whatever you want to call it, because she felt guilt. So, you know, she's going to be always here trying to help people. So you got to respect it in a way.
Do you know who might want to intimidate you, Jessica?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. It's the same guy who assaulted her in the fall.
Or maybe someone else saw something that night. If you're scared to come forward for whatever reason, I want you to know that we're on your side.
And we do ourselves no favors by keeping our heads down.
How many of us are on Jessica's side, man? Surely all of us.
You have to find a way to hold your head up.
Some of the other kids, they called out like friends of mine.
You worked hard to get where you are. Harder than other people in the same position.
In any fair system, they wouldn't be putting you in a position to make impossible choices. And I want you to look after yourself first.
Can I sit here?
I don't exactly have the upper body strength to stop you. So.
Well, maybe if you showed up for PT yesterday, could have worked on your left hook.
Oh, that's interesting, that. I've never actually thought it. Do you know what, right? I've never actually named Montgomery as a person that might have attacked him, but they've never really got on, have they? They had a fight last season as well. Do you know what? Why has my mind never actually gone to that? Like, they don't get on at all, do they, Alex and Montgomery? Now, it'd be interesting if he shot him, because it would not fit his profile, but I proper hate that guy. So, like, if he'd done it, you know, it just doubled down on my opinion on him, to be honest. But I want to know if that laugh that just happened when the blood was trickling was like in the present, like someone laughing that he dropped his drink in the cafeteria, or if someone was laughing on the day that he was shot. That was interesting.
Statement had quite the impact, clearly.
I knew you'd be upset.
I'm not upset. They should hear from you.
Marcus Cole
is a little politician, but he'd rather blame the school than himself.
Oh, I actually like what he just said there.
We have Justin. Look, he's at my house. We're taking care of him. If you want to see him, or
I don't.
As soon as he's better, we're going to take him to the baker's lawyer. He can back up Hannah's story.
It's not Hannah's story, and it's not his story. It's mine.
What's in the bag?
When you feel left out, when you feel like this high school world is against you, it can be lonely.
You guys get anybody good?
Nope, not really.
Let's see what's up, Dempsey. Just looking for a sure thing. Not worth it, Zach. Hannah Baker is a lot to handle.
Yeah, I heard she plays rough. And it just so happens I got Hannah, so maybe it's time to send.
I'll bet you $100 you can't even get your hands in.
Do you even like Hannah? Or are you just trying to get with her?
Yes, I do like her. And I made a bet with Bryce.
I mean, some days you're this serious person with legitimate plans for the world, and the next you're like this stupid guy. What are you doing?
I mean, she seemed like she was having a good time.
Come on.
No.
So at some point, I tried to hold her hand, but I guess she took it the wrong way.
And why do you say that?
She yelled at me.
Don't touch me! Get
And
off!
she pushed me out of the booth.
Do you reckon he might drop Zach's name in?
I was hurt after I got rejected, so I vented to some of my friends about it. And dude, Hannah Baker is a cock tease, man. Plus she's like batshit crazy too.
Once it starts, it's hard to get away from it.
1 second, mate. There's no gossip that's been going around about Marcus. He's just spouting shit about Hannah there. And literally, all of that was pure lies that he just said. Do you know what I mean? He said that, oh, I tried to hold her hand and she pushed me away. Mate, he stressed me out in that episode. Honestly, I was fuming. I can't remember what episode that was. Are we going in order? Are we copying like last season? I don't think we are. Like, would have been good that way I could keep track of what's going on, like, because she was 9 and last she was 3, but that comes straight after. I'm sure it comes straight after something that stressed me out as well. I was like high on my nerves list. It might have come straight after when Bryce grabbed the bum, to be honest, and then he thought it was all good, and then he come in and thought he was all sick as well, thinking that he was trying. I mean, at least we understand what he was trying to do. Like, he got that $100 off Bryce, didn't he? He said that you can't cop a feel or something like that. And that might have been why he's gone into the bay and tried to touch her, because that's why he was looking over his shoulder. Like, it kind of ties into the story and makes sense, but it doesn't mean that, like, it's right and it makes sense to do it. Now, again, I like what the Baker's lawyer said, to be honest. You know, he is kind of like a politician and he would rather take the school down than himself. You know, like he'd rather deflect the negativity onto somebody else than, you know, admit to something that he's done, which I do think is true. And I would use that as a factor as well, you know. I would kind of pose him a question, but like I would word it so that he would deflect the answer away from him and put it onto the school to put them into a negative light. And that's where I think would be really interesting if he actually went down that way of asking these questions.
There's this thing this weekend at Bryce's, and I have like 3 different guys I want you to meet. I'm gonna get you an upstanding, legit boyfriend, right? I'll see you at practice.
I need to get out of here.
Guys, I cannot skip this class.
Zach, we need you.
You need my car.
Both. If we can't have you, can we maybe?
Okay, but only if Jess drives.
I love the movies on a weekday. No lines, no waiting, no people.
Oh, you're in a crazy good mood.
It's possible I'm just crazy.
The night that we came here and Hannah confronted me, said that she was obsessed with me and that we should stop being friends with her. I fucking lied, Jess. She was just hurt, and then she called me out on it, and I got embarrassed.
Wish I could wipe the slate clean and start over.
Help me up.
I like how he said that he wasn't happy with himself, because I wasn't happy with him.
In other words, Hannah suffered thanks to a misguided, if not outright dangerous program sponsored by a grossly negligent administration.
Look, we don't have time to play games, Justin. Do you want to help Jessica or not?
Hannah became physically violent at the diner when all you did was try to hold her hand.
I mean, please explain to the court how this makes logical sense.
So, after agreeing to go on a date with you, Hannah used it as an opportunity to score a date with another guy?
Yes, Bryce Walker.
Oh, he's dropped Bryce's name in. Yeah, what? That never happened, did it? That didn't happen, did it? Wow, mate, that is a big name drop. You know, he did ask his dad about dropping names. Why would he drop Bryce's name in that situation? That's well interesting. I don't like Marcus anyway, but I like what he's just done there.
And Bryce Walker is the king of our school. Any girl would want him.
Oh, so that's Bryce.
But we're all under a microscope here. And I think we should discuss what the best strategy is, especially in regards to getting parents involved.
You mean all parents or just the Walkers?
I know. Well, let's see if we can make it through the next few weeks, and then we'll reconvene after the trial, okay?
I tell the truth, I get endless shit. Marcus does his politician thing and blows back in like the fucking returning.
I actually thought it was pretty good that he dropped Bryce's name in, because it means that he's going to get... Yeah, question.
You bring my name up in court.
I saw an opportunity to do you a favor, so I took it.
A favor? You think dragging me into this is a favor?
No, I planted a seed for you. See, now if you get called up, they already think Hannah liked you. And if she came onto you and you let her down gently, who knows what kind of lies she might have made up.
He got out of that, look at his face.
I'm ready.
Is he going to smash his car up? Ooh, that's interesting. Marcus managed to get out of that one in pretty good way, to be honest. You know, like, I was thinking, how's that beneficial for dropping his name into it for Bryce? And then he's like, well, do you know what? Yeah, now they're going to be asking you about that scenario. And then you're going to be like, well, I didn't really like her. And she got fuming. And then she started spreading rumours about you. And I was like, do you know what? That is pretty good. I don't know what lies Bryce would have come in, but he's got something that is like fairly solid that he can run with. So it's going to be interesting. Also, from looking at last season and like the guns that Tyler had, it makes you think that he's got guns in the bag, but I don't think he's got guns in the bag. I actually don't. I think he might go and try and smash his car up or something.
Just see how you were doing.
I'm doing okay.
I'm meeting with the doctor soon, and hopefully they'll clear me to testify and everything.
I seem to be saying all the wrong things lately.
It's okay. It was just a misunderstanding, obviously.
Oh, Andy's back.
I saw you on the news the other night. I thought what you said was beautiful.
No, not everyone can move on so easily.
Nothing was easy.
You're a coward and you're afraid.
Of course I'm afraid. I'm afraid of losing the case, the store, our livelihoods.
Are you living with her?
No, Liv, I'm not.
With who, mate? And why is Jackie involved? I keep saying this. Where's she come from? Was she even in last season? I can't remember. She literally just popped up and fully involved.
Can I take the Jeep out later?
On Valentine's Day?
Is this a date type thing?
Hang out, really.
Valentine's chocolate on your non-date hangout type thing? Mom, nobody takes chocolate on dates. It's not 1950.
I'd love it if someone brought me a box. Hey, she got her there.
Part of my job is to reach out, set an example.
Hey! Oh, that was sick. Go on, Tyler. What's the other guy's name? I like
More
that.
kids like him.
I do like that.
What do we do now?
You shot a gun before?
Hey man, almost forgot. You know that midterm you got tomorrow? Talked to a buddy of mine who took the class last year. He said Metcalf always uses the same test.
No, I'm not sticking up for Bryce here. This is definitely not. But what I'm saying is, if you take the Hannah/Jessica situation out of it, Bryce is a decent mate to all of the people that he's got. He actually is. Like, it doesn't mean you have to like him, but like from what I've seen from season 1 to season 2, he does seem to always have his mates back. Now, obviously, he probably has it because he has his own interests out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, he's probably trying to sweeten Zach so that Zach doesn't say something shitty about him. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's not that he's doing it because, obviously, I'm a great mate and I'm Bryce. But, like, when you look at the context of what it is, the guy is an alright friend to them. Like, if they are the real answers to the test, like, what he was offering... Justin last season, like a place to stay, you know, he's offering him his lawyers, he's done like loads of stuff, like in my personal opinion, that's like really good as a friend. But then you also have to look at the reasons why he's doing it, and is it sincere, and is he doing it for his own benefit? Do you know what I mean?
Is it your mom home?
She might be. Doesn't matter.
Am I not the kind of girl you can take home to mom?
I hope not.
I thought he was going to grab her back and proper force her again. That's what I thought was going to happen.
I have this body, you know, and every day it gets and puts on clothes and gets me from point A to point B, but it's like it's not mine anymore.
I'd love them to fall over in the water.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. No, it's not you, okay?
It's not you there, Alex.
Justin's back. Clay and Tony went out to find him, and he's at Clay's house right now. Fuck Justin, okay? I never want to see him again in my life.
Yo, I said it before though, didn't I? Like, I did say it. I actually like Justin and I like Jess together. I actually like Alex and Jess together. I don't know which one I would rather have. Like, I can tell that Justin actually really loves Jessica, but I also really think that her and Alex do have a connection, you know. Seen it through season 1, season 2 as well. I feel like they've got a lot in common, and I actually don't dislike I think Alex is fine. I actually personally think Alex is fine, and like I've seen it before, I wouldn't really know which one to be with. to be honest, I think I was saying it when he was on the floor like drinking the Gatorade and stuff. But it's interesting that she's kissed Alex, and Alex last season as well, he was saying, you know, I think he consistently was saying that he regrets what happened between him and her, and it was kind of like both of them was displaying their affection for Jessica, and now obviously both of them again in this season are still doing the same.
Are you good to take over from here? I'm supposed to be home right after school.
Did you talk to Jessica?
She's up here.
You didn't tell her all about...
No. I told her you had the flu.
Thought maybe the sign in my yard was just about my dad's campaign, but somebody is targeting me.
What do you think he would say if he listened to your tape?
What would your wife say if she listened to yours?
Oof, I already told my wife. But as long as I am here, make sure that the kids who actually need my help get it.
Hold the gun with your dominant hand. Keep your finger outside until you're ready to shoot. Use your other hand to cradle the gun under.
Who is this guy? He's fuming. No birds are left, are they, after that?
He could just walk in here giving me advice about Jackie. She's the girl on the tape, isn't she, Tony? She's the one on tape 9.
She keeps pestering, she's pushing it.
Will believe her? Why won't she come forward?
Yeah, I have to ask you, why do you need her to?
It could help build a criminal case against Bryce. I want it to come out in court, in a sheriff's office, I don't care where. And Jessica is the only one who can speak to what happened that night.
You haven't even been back yet less than a week and you're already skipping school.
Yeah, well, if he's ever gonna be a normal 17-year-old kid again, he's gotta put in the work. That's all I'm
You
saying.
know what? I'm sorry I'm not fucking normal, Dad.
Language.
I know that's so hard
That's
for
not
you.
what I'm talking about, kid.
Come on, Clay.
I need the fucking tapes. I'm just gonna go and ask Hannah's mum, me, because they know that she's got them or heard them after a conversation with Jessica.
Too many kids still feel powerless.
Whoa, what's that? Is that a rat? Whoa, that's mad.
Hearing Bryce's name sure took the attention away from the school.
Yeah, it's great for us.
Good night.
She can't be digging through files when she's not on the case, can she? Surely that's illegal.
You sure Alex should hear the tapes?
Odd question coming from the person who made them.
You should show these to someone. Turn him in.
And say what? I got his confession and they did nothing. We can't see her face.
Find the room. The couch is the same in both pictures.
Is Marcus lying? If he was lying, we need someone to tell the truth.
You heard my story the way I wanted it to be told, but there's always another side to every story.
She made those tapes. She wanted people to listen to them. Now that he's come out and he's forgot, she can't backtrack on it. And I've said it multiple times across multiple shows and about multiple scenarios. Yeah, there's two sides to every story. So whether somebody's accused, whether somebody's like lying, you know, never judge until you hear the second person's opinion, the second person's side of it. You know, we sat here and listened to 13 episodes of Hannah telling us everything that went wrong with her and everything that everyone bullied her. But like what I'm saying is we have to take that for our face value and what we see. And some of them hardcore facts, like that Bryce one, he raped her. Now I don't know, mate. If we got an alternative viewpoint from season 3, I mean from season 1, and we've seen Bryce's scenario and like his recollection of that day, it didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Like we might watch that episode from his point of view and she might have been like, come here, come here. Do you know what I mean? And giving him the wink, and then she was like, and do you know what I'm saying? And like he didn't force her down, but that's her story telling us what happened. Now, so I'm gonna go with it's true, but I also do. I'm a hardcore believer of these two sides, and that is why when somebody says this person's attacked me or this person's raped me, I think that their name should not be made public until it's a fact, because people lie. And I've experienced friends in said it before, yeah, in I don't know if it was in this season, in the show last season, about somebody that I know that was accused of doing something like that, and they took their own life because of it. And then it turned out that 2 years later, when the same girl's doing it to 2 and 3 more other people, and it turns out that obviously she's lying, you can't go back and save the life that was lost because of the first story. You couldn't get a second opinion. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always two sides, and you have to be wary and careful about what you believe when people tell you. Hey, it's me, and I'm in stereo.
Hey, it's Hannah. Live and in stereo.
Ah, mate, the guy's going to plough through them all in one night in there. No Clay Jensen, no 5 months down the line, still can't listen to the second tape. Do you know what I mean? He's going to sit there and hardcore power through them all in one night. Now, I do think it's best if he gets it, he can make his own mind up. Do I want to go to court? Do or not? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it helps him piece together his situation. Why did I shoot myself? What was going on? Could I have stopped it? Could I have prevented it? Who knows? You know, that's what he says in his letter. Now, the person in those Polaroids is Bryce. That's interesting. I didn't clock it from the first one, seen it in the second one. Now what I'm saying is, Bryce has got to be absolutely stupid to know that that picture was taken, which he does because he was looking at the camera, and to allow it to pass around. Now, say like if it was me and I was Bryce in that situation, and it was my friend, like a guy who was drunk and he was, you know, like we was taking the piss out of him, and we took a picture kind of like Hangover style. Do you know what I'm saying? Like where they're all drunk and they all get naked and like they're all like taking pictures. That would make sense. I wouldn't care if somebody had that picture. I wouldn't, because I know that it's a big joke. We've all been drunk, we're all having a laugh. But like knowing that that's say like a female without their consent, so to speak, and knowing that what I've done in the past, and knowing me as a person like the Bryce, you would want to stop any pictures like that being out there, because like I said, if one person makes an accusation, whether it's true or false, when you got pictures like this getting passed around, it's only going to enhance a suspicion. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, Bryce is silly for knowing that that picture's out there, not doing anything. And 2 pictures. I want to know if it's the same night or different occasions. Hannah said that, look, and try and find the girl in it. And he said, like, I'm supposed to know that, you can't see the faces. She said, it's the same couch, find it. That's pretty good, that, actually. But I've not really examined the pictures properly. But I like how she's made that observation. One key bit of useful information that she's give, seeing as she can speak to Clay. Now, we need to take a guess on who that girl might be. I'm gonna wait maybe until next episode or something and see if any a little bit more come out, you know, if Clay does a bit more digging, but I have no idea who it could be right now. But that's mad considering if it's the same girl, then he's done it to 3 people. If it's not the same girl, then it could potentially be 4 people. That's crazy, isn't it? 1's crazy enough. 4 is absolute madness. And do you know what? I thought it was interesting that Marcus dropped his name onto the stand as well, but then he managed to flip it in a positive way, which I thought Marcus done well in trying to flip it. Tried to use it in Bryce's advantage, say, do you know what? If people are going to try and come after you and ask you questions, they're going to ask you about this. That way, it's going to deter information and suspicion away from that. So I've kind of helped you there. And to be honest, it makes total sense when he says it like that. But I just think that he didn't mean to do that, but he's made the best out of a bad situation. Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Very interesting that we've seen these 2 Polaroids come out again with Bryce in the pictures. He is the guy. Who's sending these pictures? Who's doing the threats? You know, I thought it'd be interesting if it was Mr. Porter doing it, to be honest. I think that would be hilarious if he's doing that. But then again, you know, I like how he said that he told his wife about the tapes and, you know, he's kind of made peace with it and he's not happy with his involvement, but, you know, he's got to try and move on and he's going to help the people that need to be helped and he's going to make sure the people that need what they deserve get it, pretty much. So to me, he's kind of saying, like, if you're an arsehole, I'm going to make sure that you get what you deserve. If you're an innocent, I'm going to try and help you and benefit you and, you know, like, get you the help. So I kind of like that conversation. I thought it was sick, mate, what Tyler done to Marcus with that little paint thing. You know, he's gone on and it's popped in his face, gone all over his car and wrote hypocrite on the back. They ain't lying, are they? They're not lying. They are telling the truth. Now, it's interesting that he's whipped a weapon out and he's gone in the woods with his mate and started shooting the bottles. Now, I still don't know his mate's name, but so far, the scenes that I've seen him in, it's been pretty decent. I've liked it. Now, we've seen Alex and Jessica kiss today. Don't know if it's because, you know, like, they're going through kind of similar situations and they're kind of, like, struggling, but then they're kind of also bouncing off each other. And they've got friendships and, like, connections and memories and past relationships together, and it just all kind of fell in place, you know, for a kiss. But I actually do think that they would be a good couple. I didn't mind them together, and I thought they do work well together. They're good in each other's scenes. I can feel the chemistry between them, which I do like. But I also do like the chemistry between Justin and Jessica. I feel like he really does like her. He really does care for her, and he's trying to improve to help her. Now, whether he's going to go on the stand and obviously say what would need to be said, that's going to be another thing. Whether he's going to act different when he finds out that Jessica's saying that she doesn't really want to see him again, that might send him down another path and not on the road to recovery. Now, Clay's mum's just been in the office there after the court date, and she's gone in and she's looking at Clay's files. We didn't see what was in there, but there's a big stack of information, and I'm really surprised that Clay hasn't actually been called to the stand, to be honest. I thought he would have been one key person. I don't know who actually chooses the people that get called up, you know. Is it the bakers? Is it the school? Why is it that certain people are, certain people aren't? Now, another interesting thing is somebody's gone after, now they're going after Zach Hart there. What was that was put in his bag, like a dead rat or squirrel or something? So it's interesting. If you look at people that have actually received something, you've had Zach, you've had Jessica, you've had Alex, you've had Clay. Have you had anybody else as well? Oh, and Tyler. All of them have received something. It's only been 4 episodes, so somebody's not messing about, honestly. They're going for it. Now, I don't know if it's a person that Clay bumped into in the corridor. They kind of like put that guy in certain positions, you know. When something's happening or something suspicious, he's kind of been there. And I don't know if you're trying to put some kind of attention onto him to say, this might be it. But I'm hoping that it's somebody that we actually know established from season 1. So it's going to be interesting when, obviously, like I said, that does get revealed. But Marcus in court today, still don't like him. Don't think he ever will like him. I do feel like he just bounced and tried to deflect all of like the blame. I don't think anything that he said actually was true. But I actually liked the little flashback that we got of Hannah going after him and squeezing him like by the balls pretty much and saying, do you really think this was going to work? Do you feel like a big man now? Do you feel like, you know, I was going to be like, oh yeah, I'm loving it. Thanks for doing that. Do you know what I mean? Literally, that is literally how you would be reacting. Do you think that would actually work? And then you could tell him like he was well uncomfortable, he was wounded, like it's like a wounded puppy, mate, running away. He gets all this big man, doesn't he? He acts like he's dead confident, but really I think he's the biggest pushover in all of them. To be out of all of them, I feel like he's the biggest pushover, the weakest one out of them. So again, it's going to be interesting to see obviously the way Tyler keeps going with this guy. Are they going to start like pulling more pranks and doing worse things to people? You know what I mean? What they're going to do to Bryce if they decide to go down that avenue. It's going to be interesting to see. But that's where currently I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.